Hi, you're watching episode, no idea what number episode this is, but I'll probably put it on the description, so don't fret. Today is Sunday, March 20th? Because I think tomorrow is the first day of spring, if I'm not mistaken. And how ironic, since we just got done finally shoveling out from the storm last week, which dropped a good 36 inches of snow on central New York. Crazy. All right, let me back up. You're watching the Knits and Beads podcast. I'm your host, Lorelei Urdo. I'm a jewelry designer in upstate New York, and I do a lot of other crafty things, and this is my podcast to show off what I'm working on. So today is Sunday, and Joe is off painting a house. He has a side business where he does a lot of painting, and business is picking up, so that's positive. And we are making a prime rib later, so that's exciting. Anyway, the storm dropped a good 36 inches of snow on us, and I was pretty much housebound for about 2 days straight when we didn't leave the house. Schools were canceled all over, and Joe was we were just trying to manage the snow removal, which was craziness. But it gave me a lot of time to do a lot of knitting and crafting, sewing. So I have a jam-packed episode for you today, and it has been a little while since my last podcast, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right in so that this isn't super duper long. I have one finished object this week, and it is my Mezzo cardigan. I am wearing it. I just finished it this morning, got done seaming it all together yesterday and the day before. I did the blocking. The blocking happened because I knit it in two halves, the right side and the left side. So while I was finishing off knitting the left side, I blocked the right side. I blocked it on mats in my bedroom on my bed with a fan blowing on it, so it dried really, really fast. And today, I sat down this morning with my crochet hook and I crochet seamed it together, and it turned out great. So there's lots of pictures on my project page now and on Instagram, so you probably have seen it there. Let me see, what do I want to say about this pattern? This is the Mezzo cardigan. The designer's name is Alexis Winslow, and this is some pictures of her project. And as you can see, it's blocks of color. There's one main color which is done in a DK weight yarn, and she pulled in different colors of, actually she pulled in different colors of DK weight yarn, and her main color that was throughout, because it's knit two strands held together, she pulled in I believe a fingering weight or a lace weight yarn in different colors. No, she pulled in DK weight yarns in different colors. And her main color was that this cream color. So mine, I wanted to use this project as a stash buster. So I used I used a basic, the main color as being, I cannot speak today. So sorry. I use Knit Picks Swish DK and Squirrel Heather. And I pulled in different fingering weight yarns from Stash, and a lot of it was leftover, with the exception of 2 skeins. The dark purple, which is the colorway is called Velvet, is Shibui Knits Staccato, and that was a full skein. And also I used Staccato, this olive green is also Staccato. But I have Manos del Uruguay, FINO, and Watered Silk. I've got Quince and Company. I will put all of this information down in the show notes for you so you can look. I used Madeline Tosh Euro Sock and Abiqui. This orange is Sweet Georgia CashLuxe Fine in Cayenne. This is Plucky Knitter Singles. This is Zen Yarn Garden in the Sienna colorway. And then I put in skinny stripes. The skinny stripes I used Knit Picks Alpaca Cloud fingering, which was more of a lace weight actually, and had a really, really fuzzy haze on it. But it didn't have a lot of contrast on its own, so I just did small 4-row skinny stripes in between each of my blocks of color. And I finished off with the velvet on both sides at the top, just so that it looks a little bit cohesive, that it's not 2 different colors on the front. I wanted it to kind of pull it all together. It is so cozy, but it weighs like 100,000 pounds because it's like, I don't even know how many yards of yarn I used. A lot. I had run out of the Swish DK and had to order 3 more skeins. I only used 2 of the 3 to finish it. Loved every single minute of knitting this. As you probably remember in my last episode, me gushing about this project, I love this project. It did take about 4 weeks to finish, but worth it because I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I need to knit all of the stockinette things because I dig it. I really, really dig it. And I loved holding 2 yarns together, knitting with 2 yarns together. It just was awesome. And I can't say enough about the Swish DK. It's so nice and soft. Buttery soft. Love it. I think I'm going to be wearing this one a lot. So, that's, did I say I only have 1 finished object? That's not true. I have a pair of socks. I picked up these socks. I started knitting these socks back in, and disclaimer, I have no show notes today as per normal. So if I seem a little scattered and all over the place, that's why. I have a lot to go through, so it's kind of all around me in big piles, and I'm just gonna go from one thing to the next and hopefully not talk about the same thing twice. So I started knitting these socks back in the summer. I want to say June. And I just wasn't feeling it. And so they went into hibernation for a while. And then I pulled them back out. I talked to some friends during virtual knit night, and Shannon of Socksettra podcast, she gave me the tip of using, because I had started toe up, and I got through the whole foot of the sock and was like, I don't know what heel to do. I get hung up when there's too many options. I wish there was just one way to knit socks, but there's not. There's 100 different ways to knit a pair of socks and 100 different ways to knit a heel. So I just really didn't know what to do. Well, she recommended Nathan's, the Sockmatician has a great pattern out for a couple bucks on toe-up socks. So I went ahead and bought that, and it got me through this great heel. It's a slip stitch heel with German short rows, and it turned out awesome. Fits great. Now, once I got through the heel, I just really needed these to be done. So these turned into shorty socks, which is fine. I really dig them. And I have really big feet. That's why this looks enormous. I wear a size 10, but I'm 5'10", so it makes sense. But when I'm knitting socks for myself, it takes a really long time. These actually are a little bit long. So, since I had already done the majority of the foot before I started Nathan's pattern, I didn't know all these great tips that he has for doing the math on how long your sock should be. So now I have that information. I will definitely be using his pattern again for my next pair of vanilla socks. And hopefully that pair will be longer, because I did have a lot of the stranded dye works in the Funfair colorway left over. But I am doing a bunch of swaps this month, so I will be sending my leftovers to my swap partners. One of them is Fibershare, which I did last year, and it was super fun. So I got paired up with a girl, and I am putting her package together. I also did a I'm Not Going to Edinburgh Yarn Festival swap on Instagram, hosted by Lolo Jojo. I can't remember the number on her handle, but she hosted kind of a swap for all of us that weren't going to Edinburgh, and that was fun. I actually got paired up with 2 people accidentally, so I'm doing 2 other swaps for that. Side note, see me all over the place. Alright, I don't want to talk about those yet. I might as well talk about works in progress now. So I have not made too much progress on my Ariat shawl by Leslie Ann Robinson. This is my Brio shawl that I'm doing, and I'm not too much farther than I was last time I showed this to you, but I just figured I'd show you. This cardigan was taking up all my time, which is why I haven't really been knitting on much of anything else, but I'm going to be getting back to this very soon. I also haven't been working on that other shawl, the Sandness shawl by Gudrun Johnston. I haven't really made too much progress on that either, so hopefully we'll be getting back to that soon as well. Oh, I'm knitting this with beautiful, beautiful hand-dyed single-ply yarn from Haven Fiber Arts. And the colors are Grove, Spring Thaw, and the white or light pale gray is Snowy Owl. And I am knitting this on my Haya interchangeables. They're Haya Sharps US 4s, or 3.5 millimeter. And I'm keeping this in my Madder Root bag. The Trundle bag. I love it. She just recently designed a sweater-sized trundle bag, so be checking that out if you are interested. The other thing I cast on was another pair of socks. Everybody's been talking about the Mercury socks. I figured I might as well do it since everybody seems to love it. So I went and bought some, I'm housing this in an Eldenwood craft. Is it Eldenwood Crafts? Yeah, I think so. This is one of Emma's bags. Oh, it's in here. Yeah, it's Eldenwood Craft. And look at the interior. It's so cute. There's like little woodland creatures. I'm all about woodland creatures. It's hard to see because it's blown out, but oh my god. There's deer and fox and pheasants and squirrels and bunnies and pigs, and it's so cute. Pigs. Pigs aren't really woodland animals, but there is pigs. There's a little pig and a dragonfly. I went to Michael's and I picked up some, oh, this is looking very different in color. Oh, it's because it's, never mind. Okay. This is Patton's Croy FX sock in the Cascade color. And this is pretty scratchy yarn. I mean, they're going to be warm socks, boot socks. Well, they're going to be lace socks, but anyway, I don't have that much done so far on the Mercury socks. Got the ribbing, and I just started doing, I have like 2 repeats done of the lace. And I'm knitting them concurrently, so I've got my other sock here. And I haven't started the lace on that one yet. But I'm knitting both of these on size 1's Chiaogu red lace needles. Magic loop. And these are cuffed down. So I just think I really just wanted to try this pattern. Everybody's been talking really highly about it. Joy from The Anxious Knitter was talking about how it was a really great pattern if you're a beginner sock knitter because it really is a very well written pattern. So I agree. I looked through it and it looks great, and I'm excited to see more progress on these. Definitely. Very exciting. I may be a sock knitter after all, you guys. I may be. You never know. That's that. Cat in a hat. This has some, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but there are decreases, and so that it doesn't fall off or, you know, fall off your shoulders. I just think it's so heavy, that's why I keep like messing with it, but sorry if that's annoying. Upcoming, no, I'll talk about some sewing projects that I had done because there's quite a few here. I've been sewing up a storm. I tried my hand at some patchwork on this little project bag. Turned out really cute. It was fun cutting up some scraps, and this is listed on my web store if you're interested in buying it. I have lined it with some plaid. And then I also made, oh, I didn't talk about the dress, huh? I'll get back to that. This little bucket tote, this is canvas, and I did a little applique from this fabric, which is super cute. It's lined. I just thought it would be a good little sock sack to have. I like to work out of a bucket style bag. Sometimes I don't want the zipper. It's too cumbersome. And I usually always zip my yarn into it anyway. Then I made this bad boy. Oh my god, I love this pattern so much. The pattern is by, and I have no idea how to pronounce it, but it's spelled S-O-T-A-K, handmade. So Sotak, handmade. I have no idea, but she's on Etsy and on Instagram, and you should definitely follow her. This is the Vera Slouch bag, and it's got 2 big pockets on the exterior. I mixed some really great fabrics together. I just used quilting cotton. It's lined. It's got a magnetic snap. It's got a pocket. It's got a zippered pocket, and that was fun. This is the second one of these that I've made. The other one that I made, I can't show you because I sold it. But really, really fun project. Takes a long time to make because all of the pieces need to be cut, and there's a lot of interfacing involved, and iron-on interfacing takes a while to cut out and then also, you know, assemble. But I love it. I love the hardware on this, and I made a lot of things, you guys. I made some tassels, and these are from the noodle-head.com website. She has a great free tutorial on how to make leather tassels, so I made a couple of those also. And I put one on this bag, and it's so cute. So that's that. I just love this project so much. I am selling this bag as well. It's in my web store, LorelaiUrdo.com, under the sewn category. But that was fun. And then yesterday I made some scarves, and the pattern that I used was from Everyday Style by Lotta Jansdotter. And I did these little pom-pom scarves. That one. This was kind of a, excuse my French, bitch to sew because it's just so, the trim is so little. But another problem I'm having, it didn't really say to fold over the edge, and I think I probably should have because it's fraying pretty good. But, oh well, it was fun to make. I had trouble cutting the right shape of triangle, so in this instance I sewed 2 triangles together to make my scarf. But looks great on, kind of like this. It's so cute. And then this other one, now mind you, I got all these supplies to make this at Joann Fabrics, and there's only so many colors to choose from of pom-pom trim there. It's not like, what's the website that sells it? She recommends going online to maybe Fancy Tiger Crafts or something like that, and they have mint colored and really cute different colored pom-pom trim. But my options were orange, bright yellow, bright red, or white in this size. And then the second one I made, I used a bigger size. But these, I had better colors to choose from. There was teal and royal blue and pink and orange and olive and gray and black. And anyway, I really like how this one turned out too. However, going by the measurements that I wrote down from the book, I figured I needed 3 yards and that would even was supposed to be too much, but I think I again didn't cut this triangle out the right way and sewed all of the trim on and ran out of trim. So I am not sure what I'm going to do here. Some people had some really great suggestions on how to fix that, but I probably could just, I don't know, who knows, sew it over. So I don't know what to do. If you have any suggestions, let me know, but it's really not that noticeable when you have it all on and wrapped up around your neck, but this one's a little bit bigger. Fun little project for a Saturday afternoon. You know, what can I say? The last bit of sewing that I have is I have been cutting out fabric squares for my quilt to do the Brooklyn Knit Folk quilt along. And I'm making a scrappy quilt, so I'm just using lots of leftovers of fabric that I had in stash. And I still need quite a bit cut, so I definitely need to be doing that soon because I noticed she has a new video up on her YouTube channel. I don't know if she started sewing yet. I think this doesn't officially start until April 1st, but I might be wrong. But anyway, definitely need to be cutting up some more squares for that. And I don't have any idea what I'm going to use yet for the backing. And I haven't bought any other supplies. So I'm just going to take my time and collect the supplies I need for this project as I'm doing it. You should do it. I mean, it's free. She's offering a step-by-step tutorial on how to make just a simple 6x6 inch square quilt. And I've never made a quilt, so this is pretty exciting, I think. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and Jacqueline is amazing, so you ought to be watching her if you're not watching her podcast already. She's top-notch. In other news, I got a really fantastic gift this week. I had a viewer of the podcast win a giveaway a while back, and she sent me a message and said that she just absolutely loved the giveaway prize, and she was so happy, and she wanted to knit me a pair of socks. Now, let me just say, if y'all ever want to knit me socks, please do. As I said before, I wear a size 10. I cannot tell you how excited I was to get these socks in the mail. I have worn them a couple of times, and they're amazing. And they're amazing. These are Hermione Everyday sock pattern socks, and she used, oh shoot, what'd she use? I'll put the yarn info in the show notes down below in the description box because I forgot to write that down. They're so pretty. The yarn is so pretty. Gosh. Best gift ever. Cannot be more happy to get a pair of socks in the mail. It was amazing. But I'm gonna knit more socks. I am. I promise I am. In other news, what else? I only have a couple more things to talk about, so we are just flying right through this episode. In beading news, I know that probably doesn't interest a lot of you, but in case anybody is interested in making their own jewelry, I have a project in Beadwork magazine. This is a brand new issue that just came out. It's the April-May issue 2017 of Beadwork magazine. I used to submit my work a lot to Stringing magazine, which is an interweave, or FNW now. FNW Media took over Interweave, but it's an interweave publication that I used to submit a lot of my designs to. It's called Jewelry Stringing Magazine. Is no longer being produced. So beadwork is the next best thing, and they contacted me to see if I wanted to submit something for their spring issue for a little section in the back called Fast and Fabulous, which I of course said yes, because I love working with everyone over there at F&W Media, and I have there's some really great pieces in this section. As you can see, they're all basic, fast stringing projects. A lot of my friends in here. And there's mine! Yay! So I used some really great components from Swoon Dimples, my girl Heather Milliken of Swoon Dimples. She made the feather and the bird pendant, and this feather also. I used some glass and some lampwork glass egg beads from my girl Sue Beads, or Sue Kennedy, and some vintage lucite, and these awesome toggle clasps from Stinky Dog Beads. So there's a tutorial written up for this in this issue, if you're interested. This is the first time I've ever really had a beadwork magazine, and the quality of the paper of this magazine is really nice. It's kind of a matte finish, which I love. So yeah, that's that. New acquisitions. I haven't really bought too much yarn. Not too much. But I did, I have a couple things. This, which you've probably seen on a couple of other podcasts this past week. This is a collaboration between House of Alamode and Republic of Wool. They created this colorway based on 11 from Stranger Things. This is their cult classic collection. It's a fingering weight, 80-20, 400 yard skein, and it's based on the fantastic, my favorite character of Stranger Things, 11. Isn't it fantastic? I don't even think I can use it. I love it. I love that show. I love that show so much. And I am so excited to see season 2, which starts in Halloween. The speckles of it are so great. Oh my God. I can't even stand how beautiful this is. I had to get it. I had to. It was there was pre-order, only a select few pre-orders went up, and I snagged it fast. I just got lucky. I never get that lucky, but it came, and it's really nice. It's a nice high twist yarn too, which I like. But like I said, I don't know if I really want socks. I don't really know if I want to knit it at all. I just like it like it is. So I may just keep it like that. Another yarn I got, my husband and I had gone down for my grandfather's funeral a week or two ago, and we stopped by the Ithaca Commons, and Ithaca is such a great little neighborhood area of New York. It's perched on the tip of Cayuga Lake. Is one of the Finger Lakes, and there's a really sweet little yarn store, and I could not even tell you the name of it. It's not on the Commons, but it's just right around the corner from the Commons. And I stopped in there. Joe was like, "Oh, isn't there a yarn store here?" And I'm like, "There is." And he's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Yes." So of course, you can't go in a yarn store suggested by your husband and not come out with yarn. So I ended up buying actually that fabric. This bird fabric was on clearance there. And they do have fabrics and yarn, so it's like the best of both worlds in one shop. It's awesome. I wish I lived closer. Well, I bought some Briggs & Little. Regal. This is the turquoise colorway. It's a 2-ply and it's a worsted weight and it's 100% pure wool product of Canada. And the color is not even showing up that well. It's a very heathered color, turquoise color with a little bit of like, there's like some green bits in there too. But I bought this to do a specific project from the Woolens book by Jared Flood. I'm going to knit the furrow cowl. It kind of looks like a skirt. Wouldn't that be a cool skirt? Here is a picture of it on the model. But it's cute. It's really, really cute. I love it. And I think it's going to be great in this color. Yay! So that's an upcoming project. I don't know how soon. I want to get something else off my needles before I start something new, I think. And I'll talk about podcasts next time. I guess that's all I've got. 37 minutes, right on schedule. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If this is your first time coming by my podcast, thank you so much. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So nice to see you all. Please leave comments and questions, and if you like this video, hit subscribe, hit the little bell to get notifications of my next episodes. I've been filming on an every 2-week basis. I think that's really a good schedule for me right now. Lets me take some time and get some knitting done and crafting done, so then I have lots of things to show you. And that's it. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.